Jim Jordan was vindicated. OSU wrestler just completely changed his story, by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. The liberals and the deep state are terrified of Representative Jim Jordan, who is a never-ending crusader for truth and justice and who is also eyeing the Speaker of the House position. Shortly before Jordan announced his decision to run for House Speaker, a smear campaign was launched, claiming a decade ago Jordan, who was an assistant wrestling coach at the university, turned a blind eye to sexual abuse by the head coach. Now the player who accused Jordan of doing that had recanted his accusation and his story. From NBC News, I bet you they're depressed about that. A conservative group that has been defending embattled Representative Jim Jordan released a quote from a former Ohio State University wrestler on Thursday, in which he appears to recant his claim that the congressman, when he was an assistant coach, knew that the team doctor was sexually abusing the athletes. Mark Coleman, who is also a former UFC world champion, said in a press release supplied by Shirley and Bannister Public Affairs that his previous comments were not accurate. At no time did I ever say or have any direct knowledge that Jim Jordan knew of Dr. Richard Strauss's inappropriate behavior. Coleman said in the release, "I have nothing but respect for Jim Jordan, as I have known him for more than 30 years and know him to be of impeccable character." Coleman could not be reached to corroborate the comment put forward by the conservative group, but it stands in contrast to what he told the Wall Street Journal on July 5th, 2 days after NBC News first reported allegations from 3 other wrestlers that Jordan must have known about the alleged abuse by Dr. Richard Strauss. One of the wrestlers even said that he talked to Jordan about the doctor's behavior. Coleman had told the paper he roomed with Jordan on several wrestling trips when he was on the team in the 1990s. There's no way, unless he's got dementia or something, that he's got no recollection of what was going on at Ohio State, Coleman told the paper. I have nothing but respect for this man. I love this man, but he knew as far as I'm concerned. A spokeswoman for the Journal said, "We stand by our reporting." So they always have to put that dig in, right? You see how they put the dig in? They don't talk about this as a setup. No, they put the dig in, that we stand by our reporting. Yeah, right. Coleman, in the release, also said he was distancing himself from Mike DeSabato, whose abuse allegations sparked the current ongoing investigation into what Strauss allegedly did and how the OSU administrators and coaches responded. DeSabato, in a text message to NBC News, said Coleman was pressured to issue the news statement after Jordan, his brother, high school wrestling coach Jeff Jordan, and former Ohio State team coach Russ Hellickson all called Coleman's parents. DeSabato's account of the pressure placed on Coleman was corroborated by another former wrestler who has spoken to NBC News before and asked not to be identified. NBC News has reached out to Jordan's spokesman, Ian Fury, for comment, and to Coleman's mother, Connie, but it would not be the first time an Ohio State wrestler who came forward was asked by Jordan ally to change his story. Last week, NBC News reported that Hellickson reached out to DeSabato and another athlete who wrestled for him, Dunyasha Yet, said to support Jordan. Hellickson's appeal to help Jordan came after the congressman repeatedly said he had no idea that Strauss, who killed himself in 2005, was molesting wrestlers. Look, all this comes out just before just when he announced he was going for the Speaker of the House. In other words, all this time we never heard about anything. It's a decade ago, and now these false allegations came up, and they're sticking by their story. Yeah, listen, this whole thing was a setup because the deep state is terrified of Jim Jordan. And, and Jim Jordan has shown himself to be of impeccable character. And what these people are talking about, I bet, I should say they should start looking at the Democrats that were working back then, and let's talk about who knew and what was done, because it's most likely a Democrat was behind all of this garbage, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.